Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're delving deep into the hellish depths of a Phyrexian Rakdos deck, taking a look at what we can do with a little self-sacrifice and Phyrexian know-how. Do you think that you can withstand the dark, inky flames of this deck's power? Stay tuned to find out more! Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, your Magic the Gathering Voodoo Daddy, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you.
Filmed for a live studio audience.
Thank you so much, Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on Magic GG's Platinum Mythic list. And they do not have it named anything, and so after playing it once, I've decided to call this deck Phyrex the Menace. Phyrex the Menace, that's what I called it. Why? Because it is a Phyrexian deck, and it seemed to have a lot of menace kind of action going on in it. All right, we've got sacrifice a creature, draw 2 cards, so some card draw, exile creature. We've got the ability, it's a link little guy, and when you can basically get rid of him from your graveyard to put a pod baby. This guy, when you put him out, if he gets killed, you proliferate, and then he deals damage equals to his power to any target. Overthrow kills any creature. This thing gives he's a Phyrexian Lord, which gives all your other Phyrexians +1/+1. As well as that when he comes into play, he's got Menace. He gives Menace to all your Phyrexians. And for 4, you can self-recurse them as long as you sacrifice another creature or artifact. This guy's he's the full meal deal. He's the triple threat right there. The only thing I don't like about him is his weird beetle head. But whatever, man. He's a Phyrexian. They can do whatever they want. This guy puts out zombies at the end of every turn, essentially. Vraan, whenever one or more other creature you control die, each opponent loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. So that helps to string things along with a little bit of life gain. This guy, if you sacrifice another Phyrexian, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. When he dies, you incubate equal to that power. We got a couple of good guys that help to incubate things. What is incubate? And it was Ichor Drinker and the Bloated Processor. Urabrask Forge, which is love incarnate. Every turn, it gets an additional oil counter. Every turn, then it puts out a guy whose power is equal to the number of oil counters at that particular point. It has trample and haste. You sacrifice it. Just going out there. So that means you can attack with it, then sacrifice it to one of your other dudes to do something awesome, because it doesn't matter. It would sacrifice itself regardless. Let's see. Ob Nixilis, who likes to jump out. What's great about this guy is you can sacrifice one of your dudes to make a copy of him. And you have 2 of them out, which is fantastic. If you can just keep climbing by forcing people to discard cards, then eventually you can get up to -7, which target player draws 7 cards and loses 7 life. That's a kill stroke right there, probably. All right, other than that, we got Mirrex, which will put out, what are they called? Mites for you, which can't block, but they could do a little bit of attacking, right? Or be sacrificed. You could do that too. And a bunch of other lands. Up. That's it. All right, so what are we going to do? We're just going to be getting a bunch of dudes out, trying to get our guys stronger, popping out little dudes, sacrificing them, causing a lot of cool stuff to occur, making use of great amounts of evil magic. That's what it's going to be. Before we do, let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Dear Black King Toxrill, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentation of the women. All right, up and against Jock 100. Jackyo. There's no red mana here. I'm not sure I'm going to like it. We'll try. I'll hold on to this just in case. If I drop that as a red, it may not be bad. Okay, nothing to do with 1 mana. Izzet? Alright, let's put out a nice Jadar. Jadar with Vraan is a good combo. I could also Ob Nixilis. Straight off on next turn. Let's do that. Let's Ob Nixilis. Alright, devil up, baby. Give me some of that sweet, sweet life. Jadar, feel the burn. There we go. Look at that. We're winning. Let's keep up on a little bit of the discardage. I'd give up life if I was him at this point. Who needs life? I do need to get some more mana. 1 black and 2 colors is not a way to live through life there, Junior. All in! See you later, zombie. You served your purpose. What do you think this guy's doing? I can say, is he going to go for, I can't remember what it is. The one that, the bombardment card. It's all just instants and sorceries. Yeah, no thanks. Look, I got the same guy back. Alright, let's pop this guy out again then. Why not? And the Sculptor's Hand. Alright, let's take it in. Devil in the skirt. Don't care. About Jadar, I don't care about Brand. I got more than enough mana to burn that way, or life to burn. You're looking good, Ducky Moon. Let's get you stronger, my friend. No tax. Hey, Cacophony Scamp is a good bomb against our pal, the Storm Skrelks. If you were to choose to defend, I doubt it. If I was him, I don't know, what are you going to do? You can try to kill one of them Nixilis off. I got 35 life. Oh, you're scared of the big boy there, huh? And we win! In your face, non-victor. And we're playing against Death Walker. Keep 3 whole mana. That's fantastic. Of mixed colors, too. Man, I couldn't ask for more. Ooh, I got an Urabrask Forge. All right. And we got a Scamp. What are we doing? All right, number 2. Let's go for black and Ichor Drinker. All in. Go get him, Scamp. Decline. We'll sacrifice you some other point. Possibly after Urabrask Forge comes out, and then when we can kill something. Like that guy. And man, I could care less. Just block something. There you go. That's what I wanted to do. Clear the board and pump up the forge. Pump up the forge. Pump up the forge. Pump, 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 pump. And there's another guy. Let's play this the hard way. Sacrifice a creature. That was like the most elaborate amount of stuff I had to go through to be able to kill a guy. You know, usually you just call a guy on the phone. Hey man, I got $10. You go murder this dude? And he's like, sure. Next day, dead. But this time, I had to like do a bunch of stuff. Like a sucker. Alright, let's go ahead and pop this guy's head, get a couple new cards out of the deal. Land. You can put out 2 of these guys next turn. I can put out 1 next turn and a turn afterwards if I really want to try to keep the menace thing going. Or if I just want to double up on the damage early on, just throw them both out. Don't go after the poor Forge. Oh, I mean, it was my favorite. All right, let's eat up the Ichor Drinker. And put out a devil. Go after his hand. You're 5 life, dude. You're gonna have to discard something. Oh, you took the life. All right, you're countering up. Let's see, I'll have... What can I do here? Let's go after them this way. They hate it when I do this crap to them. You drop it down to 1. Yeah, I won. That's all there's to it. There you go. There's the next one. I've already won. Oh, you took it. You took it. Victory! Up and against Victor. Victor Von Doom. Getting a nice collection of opening hand mana, or getting lands out of this thing is hard sometimes. So I'm kind of happy for what we're getting. Grafted Butcher. Finish off the rest of my muffins. Let's just get rid of the other Grafted Butcher. It's funny is I don't think in the Lord of the Rings we ever saw them hanging out with sheep. Sheep would be huge. They look the size of cows in comparison to hobbits. Big, fluffy cows. Yeah, let's kill it. I'm feeling very, very sacrificey. Ooh, little Jadar. All right, he's got a bunch of those things. All right, we can go for the throat anytime we want. Let's see what he puts out. Gathering Throng. He's not going to be able to get any more than what he's got. They are 3/1s though. Yeah, that's somebody to kill. Don't put a care for the Poisoneer. Come on down to Paradise City. It takes 2. I will kill them all. Alright. We're looking pretty good. Usually when I look up at their life at this point, I've got them down to like 8. So, I don't know, this guy's been putting a lot of tramps out that it's getting a lot worse than I'm expecting. That's right, he had a bunch of those chumps. Well, that's not cool. Another Phyrexian, blah, 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 blah. You're supposed to kill him, man. I prefer the incubate. I guess I could sacrifice that guy. That'll be fine. All right, take it, Johnny Cochran. You doing it again? Another 2 more down the drain. All right. Our guys are pretty stoked. You're still at 14, though. It's not cool. Hopefully you'll choke out. What are we rolling up here? Still the Gathering Throng. That's not going to get anything else. You can put out 2 more dudes. It's basically putting out the same dudes we've been fighting against this time. You're not going to have any more in there. No, not you. All attack, not you. Go. And we win. Victory! Alright, playing against Whiskey Jack. 3-2-3. I dislike it when this deck doesn't give me red right off the bat. There's a lot of good red in here, and I think we're a little shy on the mountains. That one's good. We'll go with that. Got to establish our board presence. Got to start taking early dominance. Jerk. He's just going to sit there and just destroy creature after creature. Alright, I'm going to go for Ob Nixilis now. We'll do the sack. They'll both be strong. It'll be cool. Alright, you're with the devil. You're with the devil. Give me some life, baby. Chop! Alright, let's get this party started. You can do it. And devil up. Go after his hand. Alright, we got two smokers sitting there. Blowing smoke rings. This guy's drawing cards. Alright, I should just be able to pay for this, right? Alright, go for the hand. And all in. Alright, 28-5. This is going very well. And the game's over. Touchdown. Lava Bears. Alright, playing against DT 1284. Born in 1284, the year of our Lord. Yeep. Ooh, we got Urabrask Forge. Look at that plant over there. All right. 2. Nice Vraan. No attacks. This is looking pretty standard mono black right now. I want to know what love is. Here it comes. Alright. Now he's going to come menacing at me. Get rid of something in my hand. If I say my Grafted, I don't know. Scamp. Oh, don't be doing that. I'm cool. Let's do this. All right, welcome to the board, double up. And we win. Too much. Aggressive and power. That's what we are. Victory. All right, so here we are with Pyrex the Menace. And it was actually a really good deck. I enjoyed playing with it. I had fun. I kind of felt like this was like we played a Menace deck not too long ago. And I don't know what this deck was going to be to start off with. I picked it up off of the Platinum Mythic list, it had some interesting stuff going on. And I thought, yeah, let's try it out. Let's see what is it about this particular combination of cards that's going to work. It worked. It worked. I mean, I ended up with a looks like a 58% win rate. It felt like it won so much more than that, but still, I mean, that was, what is it, 7 out of 12 matches it won. So, I mean, that's definitely in your Platinum Mythic zone for a great deck. Meaning this is right there into the ranked competitive deck list. So I guess let's get to the MVP first. I like to do that first, keep things in order. Who was the MVP of this deck? What really rocked? Okay, it's Urabrask Forge. Urabrask Forge, obviously. Let's say not Urabrask Forge. What was it going to be? You know what it was? It was Ob Nixilis. Ob Nixilis, that dude, he just scared more people than anything else. Yeah, when I got Ob Nixilis, there was a lot of opportunities for him. And getting rid of cards or making them lose 2 life, and you gaining 2 life, all that stuff worked really, really well. This deck and Ob Nixilis were like peas and carrots. Like peanut butter and jelly. Yeah, these guys, they all worked very well together. I love taking Ob Nixilis and chewing up a used up Phyrexian, what do they call them, horror creature. Yeah, man, that was definitely the way to go. Plus you got those decayed zombies, also good to chew up. Lots of good stuff to sacrifice. Man, the Scamp, I was always really happy to get this guy out early too. I mean, people can see what was coming up, but yeah, he was a nice little landmine that they had to sort of avoid. It was good. All right, so was this deck competitive? 58% says yes, it was. I personally don't feel like 58% is a competitive deck. It's definitely casual competitive, but I can tell you, I picked it up off the Platinum Mythic list. This is considered a competitive deck. I'm always surprised how uncompetitive competitive decks really are. So I'm going to say yes, this was a competitive deck. Feel free to take it on to your attempt to rank. Good luck, people. Number 2 here was this deck fun? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was taking a questionnaire for Wizards today. It was asking me about Magic the Gathering Arena, what I liked about it, and said, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite color? I'm like, you know what my favorite color is? I like red. And then it's like, what's your second favorite color? I said black. And the funny part is I'm not a big fan of Rakdos. At least I don't think I am. But, man, a good Rakdos deck is a good Rakdos deck. And this one was actually really good. It had all that great aggression that red likes. It's not big on haste. It doesn't have haste going on. But it does like to get guys out. And what I like is the way that you do get some... This guy has haste. But they get the guys out. They get to do stuff. They die. But then they come back the next turn. What's nice is these zombies come back at the end of your turn. So by the next turn, they're able to attack straight up. It's practically the same. Grafted Butcher. That was the guy. He was my big MVP for this deck. Big time. I mean, I don't know how I forgot. I know it is because just a reminder from yesterday's announcement, I have COVID and I am fuzzy-headed big time. And I just keep forgetting things all the time. Like trying to get me to write things down, I misspell words constantly and I can't keep track of what I'm putting in my sentences. But anyways, Grafted Butcher. This guy really impressed me in this deck. Being able to kill off the zombies and stuff, to put out this guy from the graveyard, basically is self-recursion. It's fantastic. Plus, then you give all of your Phyrexians Menace, and then he was a Lord as well. Man, this guy was the devil. It was so incredible. Yeah, Grafted Butcher. That guy was the MVP. So, I mean, Ob Nixilis, Grafted Butcher, Urabrask Forge, top-notch, fellows. Top-notch. So yeah, this was a fun deck. Big time. I fully enjoyed it. Lastly, was it interesting? Number 1, there was a theme. Phyrexian. The funny part about that being Phyrexian, there was a long time I was going without it being Phyrexian. I'd have Jadar, who's not a Phyrexian. His zombie pet or companion, not a Phyrexian. Who else would I have then? The devil. The devil incarnate would be right here. And Sure, the devil was wearing a skirt, but it was like, you're not a Phyrexian. That other devil in the background looks like he's got rabbit ears there. Are those supposed to be horns? I can't quite tell. Mike Jordana, your devils are a little weird looking, my friend. Cool. But anyways, So we have a tribal thing going on, and I always really appreciate that. And so I'm going to say definitely from an interest perspective, it held it. The thing is, was the combination of cards good as well? And that's the thing, it did catch my attention. It did look interesting. And playing it, I found that I learned something I hadn't really seen before, which is the interaction between the Phyrexians and how Grafted Butcher works. I never really cared about Grafted Butcher that much. But playing Grafted Butcher with Urabrask Forge and that, really good. Being able to maybe pop out the Devil or something and use it for Grafted Butcher, didn't care, man. Oh, and put her on this, taking the scamp out. I was all for this. This was a great balance of cards that were worthy of being sacrificed and cards that could easily take advantage of it. My biggest drawback to this deck was the lack of red mana. Let's take a look at why. You can see we have 8 black. We only have half as many red. I guess, yeah, there's one of this, one of that. These are split. I mean, it looks like there should be, it's like these can even be a red in a pinch. But technically there are, 4 less red in here than there are 8. And if you look at the delta, that's a big difference. And the problem is, if you don't get a red early, there's 3 cards in here which are practically the best cards that you can't play. And I would almost say I would even 50-50 the red a lot more just to make sure you get it. I mean, it would suck to get like all red and you wouldn't be able to play any of the black. That would just be horrible. But I mean, sometimes I was playing this thing, I was just devastatingly at a loss with not being able to get a red mana. So yeah, that's the only drawback to this particular thing. I would say maybe adjust the mana color a little bit for that, a little tiny bit. All right, but let's add this up. Was this deck competitive? Yes. Was this deck fun? Absolutely. Was this deck interesting? Totes, my goats. So I am forced to rank this deck as an A+ deck. As federal law requires, this deck is so choice. I would highly recommend you pick it up should you have the means. That is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.